Dulal, welcome to my channel. And today I'm going to ask you a few questions related to your journey in learning English. Right? The connection is super terrible. Hello?
Yeah.
You lost it? Did you lose it? So, yeah.
No, is that not, I wasn't listening you, so maybe we were having network
Okay.
problem.
I'm going to ask you a few questions, Dula, along the way you learning English, the process of learning English, what's going on, and tell me more about you, what your the big trouble in learning English, and how did you overcome or cope your problems in learning English. And firstly, please introduce yourself.
A good writer, so definitely they have to have the huge have gone through difficulties in writing, so my speaking is quite good, and as well as my listening is good, but my reading is improving, and nowadays just I'm trying to read some books which had been just written for children's. Those sort of books I try to read, but yeah, just my writing is really horrible.
Uh, what skill you good at? In which skill do you good at? What do you feel about your skill? Among that four skill, which one you good at?
For me, speaking is I'm little bit good at if I compare to the others component of like writing, reading, listening. So I am a good at little bit speaking. So as I am just practicing more with you guys, all of, and I have joined with many groups, and I have some friends that's those with whom just I'm practicing my English every single day. So just yeah, nowadays just I realize that my spoken English is little bit good than other things.
So have you ever get a bad experience in learning English? Maybe rude comment or remark from others? Have you ever had that experience?
Oh yeah, so I had many. So when I was studying learning English, there were no any just friends around me, those who practice English. So I started learning English on my own. So they made fun of me all the time. So when I was just while I was practicing, so English learning is just when someone's trying to learn another language. So definitely we have to practice many things, like and just we have to speak on our own. Just I was trying to speak on my own. So when someone just was that, just they were just they are making fun of me all the time, so that hurt me a lot. But I just laughed it off, as I didn't take that seriously, and just I continued my practicing. That actually hurt me when people just criticize me all the time.
So what how did you face it? Yeah, I know you took on going. So did you don't you feel like it is irritating, So how to face it when someone mocking you, But in my own way as well, I got this experience as well, people in my own is like mocking me. Why you learning English? What you get when you learn this? So how did you face it? What you saying when someone mocking you?
No, so actually, I know English is an international language. If I want to be a great career, if I want to get a great professional life, and just if I want a good life, happy life, so definitely English is must. So what people think about me, it doesn't matter for me. So to me, just I always just give my concentration on learning, because they are criticizing right now, and in the future they will praise me. And just always time just I just stray away from them. And just when people try to criticize me, just I just try to walk out from them. And just yeah, I try to learn something on my own alone. Just I am a kind of guy that who doesn't like any criticism. So then I try to stay away from the negative peoples. Yeah, and just I try to be positive all the time. Such with you guys like you ma'am, just any you ma'am and Jenny ma'am, some other guys are really positive all the time. Just when I just got you in my life, then I became positive. Just when I'm just communicate with you in any groups or anything, just yeah, I become positive. And yeah, that was actually helped me to overcome that problem.
Yes, of course. Your mindset really play a role in learning anything. So do you know that when people criticize you, actually this kind of person is already below you, you know. So intelligent people will never criticize anyone. So
Yeah,
only, yeah, only stupid people who doing this, you know.
yeah,
So that's why just smile, right? Yeah,
yeah,
so yeah, we just don't mind them, all right? This is about them. This is not about us. Yeah, as you said, let's keep on going and mind your mindset and be positive always. That's going to be helps you to keep on growing. So,
so
oh
actually,
well,
yeah,
yeah. Do you have
so
something
actually.
to add? Yeah, come on.
Mhm. So actually, English learning any language, so we need huge amount of motivation. When someone lost their motivation, they can't continue their learning. So I just always times just I try to stay away that negative people, because if I lost my motivation one time, like I won't be able to learn any language. I mean,
Okay. Oh, the connection again.
negative just criticism.
Yeah. So how make yourself stay motivated?
Sorry.
How to make yourself stay motivated?
Motivated, yeah. So just always I try to mix with the negative positive peoples like you, any ma'am, Jenny ma'am. So some other guys are so always they are positive minded. And I just try to mix just hang around with that peoples. It could be the social media, or could be the physically. Just I try to just mix with the positive peoples, those who are always positive. It could be their professional life, it could be their study life, it could be their family life. Those who are positive always, just I try to follow that kind of peoples. And then I become motivated all the time. So yeah, just you are guy kind of people that you kind of the guy that always can motivate people easily. Just when I just face any problems, just I ask you sometimes that you motivate me. And so you are my motivational uh, just like you
Oh,
are my motivational yeah
too much.
mentor.
That's too much for me. Thank you. So
Yeah.
anyway, maybe in our conversation will it takes about 10 minutes event. So anyway, do you have any question for me?
Oh, actually, ma'am, such you are guy that you are extraordinary guy. Thus, you have learned English, many things of English language. So, could you please share me? So, what was your learning process? So, I sometimes become curious by seeing your success and just your progression and your English. When I listen you, then I get a little bit astonished. Yes, ma'am is a non-native speaker, but her English is really good. And so I was curious to know from you. So what was your learning process and how did you learn?
Uh, I think I'm not, I'm pretty different to others. I'm not a grammatical person, so I'm learning on my own. I'm pretty different, you know. When you talking with others, maybe your teacher, talking with teachers, you know, when you asking a question, maybe the answer going to be different with me because what I'm saying, what I'm sharing to others is based on my real experiences. It's not about theory, you know, doing this, doing this, doing this, but I learn with my feeling, with my passion. When I'm doing this, what the result? So I compare, you know, is it work with me or not? You know, so people are different. So we cannot generalize. Oh, doing this and we're gonna get result. This doesn't work in me because people having different interests. You know, for example, if I'm not interested with a particular topic, I will not join on that conversation. Maybe, yeah, that is good to jump, you know, out of comfort zone. But for me, I don't want to force myself. You know, I just want to be in motivation. You know, because when I don't like this, for example, if you something asking about sport, but you don't like this kind of topic, it's gonna be diminish my interest in English. So I'm just searching for some topics that really are enjoyable to me to talk about. You know,
Yeah.
and also, yeah, kind of some people ask me what at first to learn about between four skills, writing, blah blah blah. When we come to learning English, learning language, of course, language is our tool to communicate. And when we communicating with our language, like speaking especially, speaking is a complex one, needs grammatical knowledge, also vocabularies and listening, good listening. Um, all of them play a role to support the
Yeah.
way we speak. You know, this is not about, oh, then grammar is important, of course, but not, it doesn't mean that if you bad at grammar, it doesn't mean it's blocking you from keep moving. No, just
Yeah.
know a little bit, it doesn't matter, you know. And now really annoying actually when we really, you know, when for example, if we engage in conversation but then we don't know what the conversation all about, the topic, we didn't master it, right, for
Yeah.
example, but then they against us by criticizing our grammar, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found this experience, you know, when they didn't like, oh, why you doing this, and then so many people response like this. uh as long as they understand what they trying to say, that it really doesn't matter, you know, because when we dealing with common people, you know, and general topic. So we take aside, you know, just don't focusing on grammar because this is not learning with teachers or with students, you know. So that's why I prefer to learn English with common people, you know, and then we are focusing on how to solve a problem. And then also the most important thing to do is, you know, when we learning English, we don't have learn through words by words. You know, it's
Yeah.
gonna be uh, it's going to be slowly. You know, your progress. Learn English through chunk. You know, for example, do you understand when I say learn English through chunks? The chunks that's meant through phrase. You know, through phrases like, for example, when someone say, "Thank you so much for your attendance, for your compliment or anything," when you say like, thank you, miss, thank you, dear, you know, and then someone reply like saying, "You're welcome." anytime. I appreciate that, you know, kind of many variety of answer for thank you, right? And
Yeah,
also when asking kind of how are you, how have you been, what, how life is treating you, what's going on, what's up. So many
uh,
many kinds or many varieties of phrase you can use to ask someone about how they are, right? So when you can you notice how have you been, how have you been, when you trying to figure out on dictionary words by word, it's gonna be one word, you know, it doesn't work. So learn
yeah,
from charm, all right? So kind of when you say like, oh, you're welcome. When they say you're welcome, what, you and you are welcome, welcome. You know what is it? You know, it really doesn't make sense. So that's why we
yeah,
learn from charm. You know, we learn from praise. So this is the advantage of learning English through general. You know, to common people. You know, it's not in learning English group when someone like criticizing, oh, this is not proper to be, you should use words, you know, cannot, oh, get away from that, you know, when we deal with common people. But it works, you know, rocketing, you know, it's working so fast. So no, we can understand easily what they were going to try to talk about, you know. So easier to understand, you know, but then there's not enough. And then as human being, of course, we want to be get close to the perfection, you know. And then we try to
yeah,
figure out when we feel, oh, I think we're making mistake, you know, we can feel it sometimes, you know. uh, for example, if you want to make a sentence and then, oh, just like feeling bad when your grammar is incorrect, you know, you can feel it. Oh, I think I'm going to make mistake by this way, is it right or not, you know, you can feel it. This is English, you know, there is a soul in it, there is a
yeah,
soul in every language. So the soul in a Bangli language is, of course, really different with any languages, like in English as well, you know. And this is really you can feel it when you try to make a joke in English and your language. Of course, it's really pretty different because, yeah, as I told you, learning a new language is like learning new soul. You know,
yeah,
it's not the same. And me as well, when the way I learn talking in my own mother tongue, it's not the same. We cannot make generalize in my sense of humor and I put in English, not gonna be work. Yeah, yeah. That's my tips in learning English. So anything else maybe you have in mind, or maybe you want to ask something, or maybe you want to invite someone or suggest any others, maybe beginners, uh, learners, you know, how to overcome maybe like uh, like fears, you know, how to overcome your fears, the feeling of fears, you know, don't have any courage, you know, on to start over, you know, when you come out from your school but stuck, you couldn't speak English, and then how to start over. So what the biggest trouble, like how to get rid from silence. Maybe you can give them advice or maybe suggestion to beginners.
yeah. Definitely, it's a really important. So those who are beginner, so they are become hesitant all the time. So what is the learning way of learning any language? So they can't figure out that. So when we motivate and just we give some suggestion that by following this way you can be the master of any language. So as we have gone through the process, you also and me also, just as a non-native speaker, just we have learned the language by going through a process. Like just we know what is the best way. Just you have followed your best way. Just when you are sharing to the new people, so English learning is the not we struggle. So to continue our struggle, that we have to have motivation. As a teacher, that we should motivate the students. That we you are not a teacher, I know. That you always motivate me as well. As when I just was we started our conversation with you, when I just familiar with you, then you just gave me many motivation to continue my process. And I did many mistakes. I had not much grammar experience. Just you guys are just motivating me, then just continue. And I was making mistake a lot, but you didn't care that mistakes. But then I got encouraged to continue my speaking with you, and I saw a drastic improvement on my speaking nowadays. Okay, such always nowadays I'm making mistakes. I'm not a perfect one, but I do mistakes sometimes. But I don't care that. Thus I continue my speaking. Thus my main thing is my main goal is to communicate with people. Grammatically, am I right or wrong? It doesn't matter for me nowadays. Just I'm being communicative with you. I'm gathering huge amount of knowledge. Okay, that's fine. I don't care just about mistakes. Thus, I am learning many things, not only mistakes when people are thinking about their mistakes. So they are not progressing in their learning, in their language. So they should stop the overthinking, over negative thinking of learning English. Okay, so many people are not perfect.
Yeah, of course, of course. If you're making mistake, it's the signs that you are
Yeah,
trying, you know.
yeah,
If you never make a mistake, that's mean you never do anything, right? So,
yeah.
uh, so what the idea? So the point is to put yourself in engagement, engagement. Uh, put yourself into practice. Immerse yourself because the theory is really useless, without engage in such a conversation. Because if you want to build your speaking skill, of course you have to practice. That's it. Because you know actions speak louder than words, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So that's why uh, when people say like nowadays, when people like complaining about how to do this, I don't have friends to talk with. It's hard to find native speakers. It's not about finding native speakers. So how strong your desire to continue learning, because there is a will, there is a way. Now about this sophistication of the technology, you can cook anything. All right, so
Yeah,
they're just making excuses, and I
yeah,
don't have time. It depends on their priority. So if you put on priority list, it's going to be, you know, get your goal. And then goals without taking action is just a goal. It's just a wish, So yeah. So anyway, thank you so much. I think.
ma'am. So yeah, so I today actually you have pointed out a great important things. Today,
Sorry.
people's you have pointed out a real important things.
Oh,
That is, people's try to learn English, but they are not practicing okay. So thus you have give them suggestion that to learn phrase. So really important. So some phrases. So there are some phrases which are used by the native speaker a lot, like "you are welcome." Thus you already told that. Thus you are welcome. Thus when you just trying to do the meanings word by word, thus we are not getting the meaning,
yeah.
and just the confusion coming to your mind. So that's why those who are those who are learning English, so they need to learn phrase. Such, yeah, definitely it's really great. And you have pointed out some
Yeah,
real things.
from
Yeah.
Chang. Yeah, William from Chang. So yeah, so a lot of resources on the internet. As long as you get access for the internet, and then you can do anything you want.
But yeah, ma'am, whether you believe or not, I have learned many phrases and idioms by watching your YouTube channel.
Oh,
So
thank you.
those who, yeah, so those who will watch this video in your YouTube, if you upload this video in your YouTube, so I will be suggest that all of the viewer to continue your channel in your playlist, because
Thank
you have
you.
uploaded many phrases and idioms. All of the idioms and phrases are used by the native speaker are most, I have realized. So yeah, so just we should learn that you what you learned that you have uploaded that in your YouTube channel. That yeah, all
Thank
of those
you.
idioms are important a
Thank
lot.
you. I really appreciate your words because I'm happy that is my YouTube channel useful for others, because actually I don't mean to searching for followers or anything. I just it was for my practice, practice my English. That's it. But if this is helpful, then yes, I'm just happy to have that. So anyway, thank you for your time, Dulal. Maybe we can continue our chat for the next time, I guess. For today is enough. So everyone watching us not too long, because it's gonna be, get bored. People listening us if we get a long conversation. All right. So
Yeah,
thank you, everyone. Thank you for watching. So see you for the next one. Bye.
thank you, and I'm really glad and honored